Okay, we are videoing this class. Oh, hello.
May I borrow your toys of canoeing again?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, by the teddy bear. No, yeah, but the sign is cute. Oh, that's yours. Okay, first of all, next week, Tuesday, is the AMC 12. And it counts as a quiz.
Okay, help me answer two questions.
I will give you the test from 2010.
Huh? Damage control.
Don't be late. No, no, you're just gonna get yelled at and then you can get less time. Okay, then I have a plan for that, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Can I cry?
Anyway, we'll talk more about this test on, we got extended this week, yeah? Yeah.
Oh, is it the exact
Wednesday,
same
Thursday.
day?
I don't know which day is which, but, so we're gonna devote that time to AMC, we're not watching any videos.
Wait, isn't this test super hard?
Yes, that's why I'm giving you 2 sheets, no calculator.
Wait, you're gonna.
Okay, now I make copies now. If you're a junior with an iPad, then I just Xerox the problem set for you. However, if you're not a junior, then you get the complete set with the notes and examples. Because they don't have iPads like you guys.
I gotta.
Okay, give your iPad back.
Sorry, you don't even look at the notes though. Thank you. Oh no. What is this? BC? CB? AB? AC?
Okay, today we start learning about matrices. Okay, who's by my desk? You guys are changing the camera. Every time you touch the desk, the camera moves. Strike one. Strike one. Okay, it looks okay. Okay, first of all, what is a matrix? A matrix is a rectangular array of numbers. Like here, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. This is a matrix. So it's a rectangular array of numbers in brackets. Normally we use capital letters to denote the matrix, and we use lowercase letters to represent the elements in the matrix. Now, how many rows does this matrix have? 2. Rows go across. How many columns does it have? It has 3. Columns go up and down like the columns of a building, right? So if somebody were to ask you what are the dimensions of this matrix, you would say it's 2 by 3. No, it's 2 by 3. You give the number of rows first and the number of columns second. This is just standard. Okay, so if I were to ask you, what is A12? Notice that lowercase a means what element is in the first row and the second column? 3. Oh. The first row and the first column is always the upper left-hand corner. It's the first row and it's in the first column. So in other words, A11 is always going to be the element in the upper left-hand corner, which is 2. You guys get it?
Yeah.
What is A23?
1.
What element is in the second row and the third column?
1.
1. This is how we identify the elements of a matrix. Easy, yeah? Yeah, that's why this chapter, see, last chapter, you have to be good at algebra.
Yes.
Or if you weren't, you became good. Or if not, then you better brace yourself for impact. This chapter, you have to be good at arithmetic. Algebra is working with variables. Arithmetic is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing numbers. Because a lot of the things are gonna be all or nothing now, so if you don't practice your arithmetic, at least with single digit numbers, you're gonna be, you're done for. Okay, now, basically today you just gotta know the basic operations of matrices. If this is matrix A, what do you think 3 times matrix A would be?
12. 6. Everything inside that.
Yeah, to multiply a matrix by a number, you just multiply every single element by that number. So that would be 6, 9, 15, 9, 6, 3. See how easy? How many problems do you think you're gonna get? 1 maybe on the homework. On the test, probably 9.
Quiz.
This is 7th grade. I look at your pre-algebra book, this is in there, you know.
Oh, it wasn't here,
Let's
so-
take it from the basics.
Yeah, that's why I'm teaching you like you don't know anything. Okay, let's say matrix B is this make of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Now, what if I were to ask you, what is matrix A plus matrix B? Well, first of all, in order to add two matrices together, they have to have the same dimensions, and do they?
Yes.
Yes, they're both 2 by 3. So to add two matrices together, you just simply add the corresponding elements. So 2 plus 6 is
12. Oh,
8.
wait, no.
8.
No, I was looking at 3.
3 plus 5, 8. 5 plus 4, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. 2 plus 2,
4.
and 1 plus 1, 2. And that's how you add matrices together. Mr. Park, this is really easy. Yes, it is. Until we get to multiplication. What about subtracting matrices? Well, by definition, A minus B is equal to A plus negative B. Right? Because we now know how to multiply a matrix by a number, and we know how to add. So therefore, that's how you subtract. But of course, in real life, most people just go, okay, 2 minus 6, 3 minus 5, 5 minus 4, 3 minus 3, 2 minus 2, 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, so now we know how to multiply a matrix by a number. We know how to add and subtract. Okay, now let's go to multiplication. If this is matrix A and this is matrix B, can I, first of all, can I even multiply them?
Yes.
No. If you look at your notes, which you're not even looking at, it would be helpful if you look at your notes. You know?
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, first of all, in order to multiply two matrices together, matrix A has to be m by n, matrix B has to be n by p. In other words, the number of columns in the first matrix gotta equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. If they're not equal, you can't multiply them. So, matrix A is 2 by 3, matrix B is also 2 by 3. Is this number equal to that number?
No.
No, so you cannot even multiply them together. So the answer would be it's undefined. You can't multiply.
Also works if they're squares.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me repeat again. In order to multiply two matrices together, the number of rows, set columns in the first matrix got to equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. If they are not equal, you can't multiply them. The operation would be undefined. Okay, so there we go. Here's matrix A, and let's say matrix B is, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's make up something. Can I multiply matrix A times matrix B now?
Yes.
Yes, because matrix A is,
2 times 3.
what is matrix A? It's 2 by, no, it's not 2 times 3, it's 2 by 3. Matrix B is 3 by 2. Is that number equal to that number?
Yes.
Yes, so you can multiply them. And the resulting matrix will be of what dimensions?
3 by 3.
No, it will be 2 by 2. Are you reading the notes?
I'm getting
It says if matrix A is m by n and matrix B is n by p, the resulting matrix will be m by p, the two outside numbers.
P.
What's wrong with you guys? Period 3 could get it.
Oh no.
Okay, now how do I get these 4 elements in this matrix, right? Since it's 2 by 2, gonna have 4 elements, right? Okay, let's call the product of these two matrices matrix C. We just call it matrix C. Now, if you look in your notes, it gives you a formula to compute the elements of matrix C. It says C sub ij is equal to sigma k equal 1 to n a sub ik B sub kj. This is how you find each element in this matrix right here. Why are you laughing?
I know KK.
No, in theory 3, half of them said they learned sigma and the other half said they don't remember it.
We didn't learn sigma.
Yes, you did.
This is the first chapter.
See? All knows.
What?
Wait, in here or in knowledge 2?
All of the elements. No.
Algebra 2.
No, we didn't learn sigma. Like, I've never seen it again.
Or, okay, I'm going to teach you like you don't know anything then. Okay, sigma, what? This is the Greek letter sigma. This is the uppercase. Lowercase sigma looks like this, yeah?
It's like a 6.
No, no. Yeah, on its side, maybe.
Yeah, rotated.
In mathematics, we use lowercase sigma to represent standard deviation. You guys learned that in pre-algebra, right?
SDP. Standardized expression.
This is uppercase sigma, okay? Okay, so suppose you have k equal 1 to 5, and then you have a formula here. Okay, how do you figure out what this is? Well, this number on the bottom, this is the first number you plug into the formula. And then you keep on plugging in consecutive integers until you hit what?
10.
The top number. So you start with 1, and you end with 5. And you plug in all the consecutive integers between there. Okay, so plug in 1.
One.
Okay, I'll just put 1 squared. Plug in 2.
2 squared.
Plug in 3.
Squared.
4,
Squared.
5. I'm pretty sure you can simplify these, although I don't know. No, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
This sigma tells you to add them, because this is the Greek letter for S, which stands for sum. So what you do is you add all of these together. So that's why this is a series. Do you guys even know the difference between a sequence and a series?
No.
This is order. Just kidding.
No, there's a pattern.
Oh.
Okay, like if you had this, 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. This is a sequence. This is a series. See the difference?
You're adding.
I don't see the difference. Yeah, sequences have, okay, you want me to boil it down for you? Sequences have commas, series have plus signs.
Huh.
The definition of a series is the sum of the terms of a sequence. That's what it is.
Oh, nice.
Come on, you guys learned this last year. Well, you should have. Okay, now that we know how sigma works, let's do this. We have 4 elements to find. Let's find the one in the upper left-hand corner, okay? It's important to know the subscript. The upper left-hand corner is always 1, 1, right? First row, first column, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I want to compute C11. Right, this is matrix C, this element is C11. According to this formula, okay, now notice, what am I plugging in for I?
2.
No, right there, right there. What am I plugging in for J?
1.
Okay, so all you gotta do is plug in 1 for I and 1 for J into this formula, and nobody will get hurt. Okay, so K equal 1 to, what is N in this problem? No, it's 3. Look, this matrix is 3 by 2. M by N, N by P. This and this number, that's N. That's N.
Nice.
Okay, what am I plugging in for I again?
1.
What am I plugging in for J?
1.
Okay, so this is I1K, A1K, BK1. All I did is plug in 1 there and 1 there. That's all I did. Okay, now we know how sigma works. What's the first number I plug in for K?
1.
Okay, plug in 1 for K. A11, B11.
Oh.
What's the next number I plug in for K?
2.
2. A12, B21. And then the last number I plug in for K is the number on the top here. Plug in 3 for K. A13, B31. And then the sigma tells me to add them together. Okay, now, here's matrix A, here's matrix B. What is A11?
2.
What element is in the first row and the first
Two.
column? 2. What about B11?
1.
A12.
3.
B21. A13.
5.
B31. Okay, now add these numbers up, and we get 2 plus 9 plus 10, which is 21. So that's the number I put there. So I just finished the first one. We just got 3 more to go.
God.
What?
It's gonna take like 2 hours.
No, it's not. You guys gotta learn the pattern. Now, When you actually do it, you're not gonna do it this way. I'm just showing you how it works. Now, do you notice there's a pattern to this?
Row.
Look, where did these numbers come from? 2,
Row.
3, 5.
A row.
One row.
First row.
That's the first row. Where did these numbers come from? 1, 3, 2. Oh, that's the first column.
Nice.
Oh, so Mr. Park, if I want to find the element in the first row in the first column, I just go across the first row here, and I come down the first column there, and you just multiply the corresponding elements. 2, 9, 10, add them up, 21 then.
Nice.
Yes! It's just that this formula describes that pattern.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But when you actually do it, you're not going to use this formula. Only a crazy person would do that. Okay, so here, let me show you this. Okay, what is the subscript for this element here?
1,
1, 2, it's in the first row and the second column. So I'm going to go across the first row, and except now I'm going to come down the second column. So here we go. 2 times 2.
4.
3 times 1. 5 times 3.
15.
Add them up.
22.
See? It's fast actually.
Yeah.
So multiplication is pretty easy if you practice. You don't practice, you're going to fail this next test, which is the easiest test of the course.
What was the last thing? Hardest.
Because, as you're going to see in tonight's homework, it's all multiplying. If you cannot multiply matrices together, you're done for. Okay, what is the subscript for this one?
1.
No, it's 2, 1. So I'm going to go across the second row, come down the first column. Okay, so here we go. 3 times 1.
3. 6.
2 times 3.
2.
1 times 2.
2.
Add them up.
11. Nice.
And then finally, this is 2, 2. So I'm going to go across the second row, come down the second column. So the first matrix on the left, you always go across the row. The second matrix on the right, you always come down the column. Yeah. So go across, come down. 3 times 2. 2 times 1. 1 times 3. Add them up. Oh. So can you see, if you cannot do arithmetic, you're going to have a hard time in that. Okay, so now we know how to multiply matrices.
Nice.
Okay, just when you think you're good, yeah? Okay, so we just multiplied A times B, right? What if I ask you now to multiply B times A?
Oh.
Is that the same answer?
No.
Why not?
Tricky.
No, but Mr. Park, 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2.
3 by 3.
Yes, but that's with real numbers. When you work with matrices, however, the commutative property of multiplication does not always hold. In fact, it doesn't hold. Well, it does in a few cases, which you're going to discover tonight.
Nice. 2 by 2. 3 by 2.
Okay, first of all, you put B, see B comes first. You put B first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then A goes on the right. 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. What are the dimensions of matrix A?
3 times
3 by 2. The next time you say 3 times 2, that's it. There's 2 strikes. That's like saying Euler. 3 by 2. What are the dimensions of this matrix? 2 by 3. Is this number equal to that number? Yeah, so I can multiply them. The resulting matrix is going to be 3 by 3. It's 3 by 3, which means it has 9 elements. So tell me, how can A times B equal B times A? If A times B was only 2 by 2 and this is 3 by 3, yeah, it can. So I'm warning you right now, although I know for a fact on the first quiz, some of you are going to make this mistake. A times B is not equal to B times A. That's super important. That's one of the most important things this chapter. The commutative property of multiplication does not hold. Okay, well, how do you get these numbers then, Mr. Party? Well, you do the same thing. This is 1, 1, right? I'm going to go across the first row. I'm going to come down the first column. And then you get 2 plus 6 is 8. Oh, Mr. Park, this is easy because you're only going to do 2. Yeah, but then you got to do 9 of them, though, yeah? Whereas the other one, you have to do 3 of them, but then you only have 4, yeah? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, you guys are going to take it from here. Tagawa, 1, 2. Go across the first row, come down the second column.
7.
Yup. 1, 3. Kodama, 7. 2, 1, fan. Go across the second row, come down the first column. 9, see, easy. 2, 2, who's next? Kim. Oh, you guys think you're good. 2, 3, Mom.
16.
2, 3, you're right, 16.
Oh, nice.
3, 1. Osumi.
No!
I had to go to you because Otani was having her answer ready already. So I gotta mix it up.
13.
Yes.
Nice.
3, 2, Otani. See, she got it ready, and then it's not ready. Now she's not ready. What?
I did it. 6 plus 6, 12.
And then 3, 3, Kojima.
Calculator.
13 is correct. And there you go. That's how you multiply matrices. It's not hard, but you got to practice if you want to get efficient at it. Oh, I forgot to tell the other class. Do you know your calculator can do matrices on it?
It says on here the pocket cat. It says in the note.
No, not Pocket Cast. Yeah, I know. Just take out your calculator now.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm not so sure on the prism though. One thing after another, Otani. Okay, now those of you with the prism, is there a matrix menu? There is, yeah.
No.
Yeah, one matrix, right?
Math.
Oh, run me.
Oh.
Oh! Second x negative 1. Wait, what? Second.
Okay, oh there, matrix. Okay, matrix A. Okay, so if you're in a TI though, if you're using TI, you gotta press the matrix button, and then it says edit, go to edit. Select matrix A. Now what dimensions do I wanna make matrix A? 2 by 3, so make it 2, enter, 3, enter. And then enter all the elements. It goes across the row, so enter 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. Just get efficient at entering it. Prism people, you found it? Run matrix. Do matrix A, and then now matrix B. So TI people, after you finish that, you quit, then you press the matrix button again, edit, select matrix B. What dimensions do I want to make matrix B? So you make it 3, enter, 2, enter, and then enter the numbers. 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter.
Ah!
And if you enter, if you're going to input a negative number, you got to use the negative sign. Do not use the minus sign, because you're going to run into problems when that happens. The minus sign is not the same as the negative sign.
Okay, and then quit.
Okay, now, all you have to do, since now you have matrix A and B defined, quit, tell your calculator to go multiply matrix A times B.
Wow.
So on the TI, you press the matrix button, and then under names, select 1 for A, and then press the matrix button again, under names, select 2 for B, press the equal sign, and boom, you should get this answer right here.
Oh, nice.
Wait. Oh, should I did A times B?
Oops.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, you're right. We should have punched in B times A. If you want to get this one, A times B is the one we did the first time. Yeah.
After you plug it in, what do you do?
8, 7, 7, 9.
Just tell it to go A times B or B times A.
Dude. I feel like
Let me
this
see
calculator
Fujimura.
is smarter than me.
Okay, you have it all in there?
Shoot.
Where did those numbers come from? Where did those numbers come from?
Chem test today.
Where'd she go?
Yes.
Where? Matrix? Okay.
Ah, I don't might test that.
Okay, should I press the enter now? Execute right here?
There better be like a 0.4 power.
Oh, so you have all those numbers in there?
And
Okay.
a 0.1 perfect.
Okay, should get out of there.
Your mom. It's not your mom.
Okay, who has Prism? How do you get B times A on the screen?
Dude, if he puts it to a 0.1 power,
N times N?
you get 88. 88 is for sure. Yeah, because you get 33 points. Yeah.
Well, from then you go
That was so boring.
You don't have to take a test, you just
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that doesn't tell you to multiply then. Was that the answer when we did it?
Yeah.
Okay, Kim said, what do you have to do?
Go.
As long as you get 30,
Math.
Press
as
the
long as you
math.
get 3 points on the test.
And then matrix.
Oh,
Math,
Dude, I don't know anything.
matrix. And he said he'd press M by N, or M times N.
I know, I tried to save it to
Huh?
A.
You omitted
but it
the worst
wouldn't.
problem. The worst problem?
I think there's gotta be a better way, I'll research it then.
Oh, the last problem for me.
Okay, so tonight's homework is basically practicing multiplying, okay? And by the way, Mr. Park, we never covered division. That's because there is no such thing as matrix division.
Yes.
However, I know some of you on the next quiz are gonna try to divide. That's gonna result in a fatal error, because there's no such thing as division.
So it's undefined?
Yeah, there's no such thing as division.
Okay.
But you watch, you guys laugh now, yeah, you watch. I think about, pre-calculus, or I have 5 people, they will try to divide. You watch.
Go.
Anybody wanna take that bet?
Morris.
The people who aren't paying attention.
You in?